how to speak confidently in front of the camera. To be honest, I'm still figuring this out for myself. This is a skill that takes years to build. This isn't just like a lot of people, they begin YouTube channels and they want to speak confidently in front of the camera. They turn their camera on and they realize, oh shit, speaking off the top in front of a camera is difficult. It takes time. It's very unnatural because I'm not talking to an actual human. I'm just talking to an inanimate object. So this is something that takes time and practice. And that's why I got 7 tips for you today for how to speak confidently in front of the camera that I've learned in my YouTube journey. The first tip I have for you is to gargle water exactly like this. Ready? And then after you do that, you will be ready to go to give a long 2-hour lecture about the structure of existence. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, the first actual tip is practice, practice, practice. I know you've heard this one a million times, but it really is the truth. Your first 10 or 15 or 50 videos are going to suck a lot. And if you want some proof for that, you can go and check out some of my first videos that I made on my channel. I was just super awkward. I was overly excited. Hey, guys, today I'm going to talk about meditation and it's going to be the best thing ever. And it was just kind of very unnatural. And over time, over practice, I've filmed over 150 videos that I've posted. And then I've filmed another probably 1,000 videos that I haven't posted, that you haven't seen, because I didn't like the quality or I didn't like the way I was speaking. So this practice is really the main component. I practice my speaking when I'm alone. Sometimes when I'm walking down the sidewalk, I'll just make a video. Just in my mind, as I'm walking, I'll just start talking to nobody. And other people, they're walking their dog, they look at me, they're like, what the hell is this lunatic talking to himself for? But sometimes when I'm in the shower, I get a good idea, and then I think about, okay, how am I going to communicate this to people? So I actually practice my communication skills constantly. When I'm alone, when I'm with my friends, I'm just always thinking about how can I get my ideas across easily so that people understand them, so that they're simple and that they're engaging. So for me personally, I'm a speaker. I'm a speaking type of person. I'm good at talking. For you, you might not be a speaker. You might not be good at talking, which is why I have all these other tips that are going to help you a lot, but make sure that you're practicing, okay? And then also as you're recording yourself, you're watching back your own videos. So go back and watch your videos, see where could I have done better on the intro, where am I being rambly, why am I rambly, and how can I fix that problem in the future. All right, so watch your videos back, very important. Okay, the next tip I have for you is to plan a skeleton of what you're going to talk about beforehand. So never do I come up in front of the camera, or I should say rarely do I come up in front of the camera and do the entire video off the top of my head. I always have some kind of list, some kind of skeleton for the points that I want to cover in my video. I'm not scripting it word for word. I just have, look right here, I have my 7 tips right here, and I have them right beside me on a music stand, and I'm looking at them whenever I lose my spot. I can just go back, refer to my skeleton, and then continue talking. So you don't want to script every single word you say. You just want to have the general gist of what you want to say and plan it beforehand. So what I like to do is I like to come up with a video topic and a title. I like to write the title at the top of the paper, and I like to just spend maybe 20 minutes just coming up with the video. Come up with, okay, what am I going to say in the beginning? What points am I going to cover? What's the body, the content? and then how am I going to end it, right? So very basic. You don't have to get overly technical with this. Just plan beforehand so that when you're up here on the camera, you feel, okay, if all else goes to shit, at least I can always go back to my notes and continue. Okay? So the next tip for how to speak confidently in front of the camera is to actually be inspired. And this one is really the most difficult to implement because inspiration is kind of an intangible idea where how do I get inspired? How do I actually do that? And I notice that I always speak a million times better when I'm actually inspired and am passionate about what I'm talking about. If you're making a video but you don't really care about what you're saying, then how do you expect to be confident in front of the camera? So ways that I like to inspire myself is I like to watch other YouTubers that inspire me. I like to go back and watch my own videos, the ones that I like the most. I go back, I watch them, I inspire myself that way. Other ways, sometimes I'll listen to Eminem, where he's a rapper, it has to do with words, so he's very confident on the microphone. So I'll listen to that. Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Kendrick Lamar, the kinds of rappers, I listen to them. It gets me inspired. Other things I do is I watch speakers as well, like Martin Luther King Jr. or Obama or John F. Kennedy. I actually watch their speeches and I just get their energy. I just feel their confidence and I absorb it. And that inspires me so that I can try my best to emulate that when I'm talking in front of the camera. To actually get inspired, the best way to do that is really to get crystal clear about what it is you want in your life. I'll link a video for how to do that there. I also if you've watched my last video about how to know what to talk about on YouTube, I go over that a lot. So make sure you watch, that's part 1 here. But as you know what you want, as you know what you're passionate about, what kind of ideas you want to share with the world, then the confidence is coming out of that. All right? So there's no tip here that I can share with you, like some kind of magic, clapping technique that you can use to get more confident. It's more about, it's coming from within. It's coming from your inspiration. So another thing that makes me more confident on camera is just to trust my speaking ability and to just surrender. That's a big one. So when I first started making videos, it was very hard because I felt like I had to always make the video on the spot. I felt like my conscious mind was too involved with making the video, whereas what works a lot better for me now is that I just kind of come up here and I just talk. And if I don't make sense, that's okay. I'll fix it as I'm talking. But this surrender and trusting your speaking ability is extremely important because you're a human being. You know how to talk already, okay? You're good at talking. You talk every day. People don't have trouble understanding what you're saying when you're talking to them. When you hang out with your friends, they understand what you're saying, okay? So you already know how to talk. So what I want you to do is just trust your speaking ability when you come up on the camera. Don't doubt yourself. Don't think to yourself, oh, I don't know how to explain things. People never understand me when I'm talking. Just come out onto the camera with the assumption that since you understand what you're saying, other people will also understand what you're saying. Trust that your way of explaining things works for you and other people will understand. So when I'm talking, I'm basically just thinking out loud. This is how I talk to my friends. This is how I think. The words I use, everything, it's just natural. This is how I actually think to myself. And some people might not understand, but a lot of people say, oh, Adam, you're very clear and you understand what you're talking about. Yeah, because this is how I think to myself, and then I just do it out loud in front of the camera. So that's very important. the the next tip is, for me, that helps a lot, is to know your shit. So when you come up in front of the camera, for me personally, it helps so much if I feel like I know what I'm talking about. That's something that is coming from internal self-esteem or inner confidence, where I'm in front of the camera, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about. And that feeling like you know what you're talking about, like you have something to say, that feeling is what we're trying to cultivate. Because it's really, talking is about a feeling communication, where I'm communicating how I feel to you. So for girls especially, it's very important that when you come on top in front of the camera, you're confident about how you look as well. So my girlfriend, when she makes videos, she notices she can't be very confident unless she looks good, unless she has her hair done and her eyelashes done, and that she feels confident in the way she looks. That helps her speak better. So for me, I'm more masculine. I don't care too much about how I look. I probably don't want to come and make a video if I have a giant zit on my face or if there's bags under my eyes. But for me, because I'm more masculine, my confidence is less tied to how I look and more tied to my feeling of being competent and my feeling of knowing my shit. So what helps for me is to actually know my shit. And the way I do that is I read books, thick books that other people don't want to read. I actually read them. I spend time every day reading, educating myself. I have my habits together as well. So I go to the gym, I exercise, I practice meditation, I do journaling, I listen to personal development teachers, I read books. So I feel like my life is going well, and I feel like I have my shit together. That energy is able to be communicated on the camera very easily, because I'm not in the back of my mind doubting myself, feeling like, I'm an imposter, or I don't deserve to talk on this topic, or other people are going to judge me. At the end of the day, when I have my own shit together, I don't care about other people judging me, because I know in my heart that I have my shit together and that I'm good. And regardless of what you think, that's your opinion, that's fine, but that doesn't affect me, because I'm over here reading 900-page books about the structure of existence. I have content to talk about. So that's another tip as well. A bonus tip is to educate yourself and actually feed your mind with new information. Learn, listen to other speakers, see what they're saying, see how they talk, listen to audiobooks, read books. Fill your mind with new ideas. This is like source material, so that when you're up on the camera, you're going to have ideas to pull from or examples to pull from. Also, another bonus tip would be to learn how to socialize, learn how to talk to other human beings in public. This is a whole other video topic that I don't have time to go into here. But by learning social skills, by going out in public, talking to people, making small talk, not being self-conscious about yourself, saying what's on your mind, using environmental cues to just start conversations, that'll help you be confident in yourself and your speaking ability. And that's something I had to work on for years. So it's all a practice. Your speaking is an outgrowth of your own personal development work. So as you keep doing personal development work and growing yourself and learning new things, your speaking is going to improve as well. Also, again, the bonus tips are too much. I'm getting all these ideas right now. Your speaking is an expression of your thinking. So as you improve your thinking by reading books, by reading other thinkers who are excellent thinkers, read their books, listen to them talk, and then your thinking will improve as well, because you're going to absorb their vocabulary, their energy, the way they structure points as well. So many people, they don't know how to make videos because they don't know how to structure their points. Well, if you actually spend time listening and studying, how do the masters structure their points? When they make a video, how do they begin it? How do they introduce the topic? How do they prove their points with evidence? So just listen to how other people think, and then that'll help you absorb and create your own thinking style. All right, the next tip would be to get out of your own head. This is a big one for me. Sometimes when I record, I feel like I'm like in my own head. I'm judging myself. Are other people listening to me? Someone's in the other room. Are they going to hear what I have to say? What's my audience going to think? Is there, like white stuff on my lips? This kind of, whenever you become self-conscious and you start thinking about yourself, that's when the video is not going to work and you're going to start being self-conscious. So the best way to do that is to get into the flow state and just talk. Just talk. Just surrender. Just trust your own speaking. Don't worry what other people are going to think of you. Don't worry about if your sentences are perfect. Just talk, okay? Just talk. Just start saying words, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. And the best way that I do that to get out of my own head is just to have fun up here on the camera, just to joke around. Sometimes before the video, I do stupid things. I just I clap, I sing sometimes. Sometimes I dance around a little bit before I start talking. Sometimes I do joke intros where I'm just like, hey guys, today I'm gonna teach you how to roll a blunt the size of your head or whatever. So I joke around, I have fun with it, I enjoy myself. Because when you're enjoying yourself, when you're genuinely having fun, then you're naturally confident. If you can think of when in your life do you feel the most confident, it's when you're feeling really good, really happy and playful in your body. So let's say if you're someone who's really good with kids, maybe you're a girl or a guy who really likes hanging out with little kids, like 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, playing with them. In that moment, you feel very confident. You're not self-conscious. You're not worried about what that 2-year-old kid is going to think of you because he's 2 years old. So it's just you're the adult in this situation. Maybe you're 20 years old and you're playing with this 2-year-old kid. In that situation, if it's just you and the kid, you feel confident because they're not going to judge you. They're 2 years old. So you can just play with them. You can just have fun. Just make jokes, say, oh, I got your nose. Just joke around, have fun with them, poke them, tickle them, laugh, have fun. See, when you're able to play, when you check out my video, How to Stop Being So Serious and Uptight All the Time, I talk about the principles of playfulness, which is realizing that it doesn't really matter at the end of the day what's happening, what you say on the video. If you mess up, if your video's not perfect, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be excellent every single time. At the end of the day, you're going to die. Your body is going to be rotting 6 feet under the floor, and nobody's going to remember you. Nobody's going to remember what you had to say on video. So this isn't a sad thing. This is actually a liberating thing. So now, hey, look, I can say whatever the hell I want on this video because eventually I'm going to die. Everyone who remembers me is going to die. And then all of this, what's happening here, is going to be lost in the infinite void of infinity. Everything I'm saying here eventually is going to be lost. So I can say whatever the fuck I want, really. And it's just that energy of oh, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm just going to play around. I'm going to joke around. I'm going to, say my content. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to come off the top and hopefully it comes out well. And sometimes it doesn't come out well, but if I'm following these tips and I'm practicing, I'm building a skeleton beforehand, I'm prepared, I'm inspired, I'm watching other speakers, and I know exactly what I want to say and why I'm going to say it. I'm connected to my passion, to my soul's purpose. I'm journaling about it. And then I just trust my speaking ability. I surrender and I have fun with it. I know my shit. I've been reading books, difficult books, underlining, taking notes, so I know my shit. And then I'm also out of my own head. Then see, like, when all of this stuff comes together, then it's really hard not to be confident in front of the camera. All right. So that's all I got to say here. Those were 7 tips for how to be confident in front of the camera. I also have another video. This was kind of like the part 2 for a little mini series I was making for how to make a YouTube channel and how to turn it into a business, basically. So how to create a YouTube channel that you're passionate about and how to turn it into something that you can actually profit off of and make money. So this was part 2. Part 1, I talked about how to figure out what to talk about. This is part 2 where I'm talking about how to talk, like how to actually be confident as you're talking. And then part 3, I'm going to talk about how to actually, I'm going to talk about a marketing plan and a structure that many of the most successful YouTubers who make tons of money on this platform and that I've been using to have my own business and to be financially independent, making YouTube videos. And even though I don't have that many subscribers, it's not about how many subscribers you have. It's about, are you using the right structure? Because there's many people who have 50,000 subscribers who are not full-time on YouTube, whereas there's people like me who have like 4,000 subscribers at the time of making this video, and I'm making a full-time income, just enough to pay my rent and to buy my groceries. And I see so much more room for growth in me. And as I learn these tips and these techniques, I'm going to be implementing them, and I'm going to be showing you how to do it yourself in the next video, how to monetize your YouTube in a way that actually helps people. So you're not stealing money from your audience, but you're actually just providing services and products for them that are extremely reasonably priced, very low prices, so that they're getting maximum value. Your audience is getting maximum value. You're making some money off of it so that you can devote more of your time and your energy into making more videos that are even better, so everyone's winning. It's a win-win-win-win solution. That's what I'm going to be teaching you how to do in the next video. So if you're interested in that, click here, and otherwise subscribe to this channel here. I talk about how to master your life. I talk about spirituality, psychedelics, psychology, and now I'm talking about business and marketing. So creativity, that kind of stuff. And if that sounds cool for you, leave this a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.